Good evening aspirants, welcome to Daily News Analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy. Today's date is 12th June 2024. Displayed here are the list of topics we are going to discuss today. Now let us get into the discussion. Look at this previous year prelims question. Which of the following are the objectives of National Nutrition Mission? Look at the first statement. To create awareness relating to malnutrition among pregnant women and lactating mothers. To reduce the incidence of anemia among young children, adolescent girls and women. To promote the consumption of millets, coarse cereals and unpolished rice. To promote the consumption of poultry and eggs. The correct answer for this question is option A, 1 and 2 only. Now what is National Nutrition Mission? It is also known as Poshan Abhiyan. Poshan stands for Prime Minister's overarching scheme for holistic nutrition. It is launched on the occasion of International Women's Day on 8th March in Rajasthan. The objectives of National Nutrition Mission are to create awareness relating to malnutrition among pregnant women and lactating mothers. So the statement 1 is correct. It also has objective to reduce the incidence of anemia among young children. So the statement 2 is also correct. Another important objective is to improve the maternal and child undernutrition. But there is no mention in the report to promote the consumption of millets, coarse cereals and unpolished rice. So the statement 3 is incorrect. And there is also no mention about the consumption of poultry eggs. So the statement 4 is also incorrect. So the correct answer for this question is option A, 1 and 2 only. Look at this previous year prelims question. He wrote biographies of Masini, Garibaldi, Shivaji and Sri Krishna, stayed in America for some time and was also elected to Central Assembly. So who is he? The correct answer is option C, Lala Lajpat Rai. Now let us learn about some important facts about Lala Lajpat Rai for our prelims exam. Lala Lajpat Rai was also known as Lion of Punjab and he was a predominant Indian freedom fighter and nationalist leader. He was born on January 28, 1865 in Punjab. He played a significant role in Swadeshi movement and non-cooperation movement. He also co-founded the National College in Lahore, which became a center for revolutionary activities. He is known for his speeches and writings that inspired the youth of India. The important books written by him are Unhappy India, Young India, History of Arya Samaj, England's Debt to India. He also wrote biographies of notable figures like Masini, Garibaldi, Shivaji, Dayanand Saraswati and Sri Krishna. So these are the important books written by Lala Lajpat Rai. He also travelled to United States in 1907 and noted the similarities between racial discrimination in United States and caste discrimination in India. He joined Swaraj Party in 1926 and was elected its deputy leader in Central Legislative Assembly. Also note that he resigned from Swaraj Party in the same year due to ideological differences. He was injured during a protest against Simon Commission in 1928 and he died on November 17, 1928. So this is about the important facts about Lala Lajpat Rai. With this, let us conclude this discussion and move to the news article discussion. Now look at this article. The recent Lok Sabha election has significantly impacted the Rajya Sabha composition, particularly the opposition numbers. The Congress party now narrowly retains the post of leader of opposition with exactly 26 members in Rajya Sabha. This is just one more than minimum requirement of 25 members. So this is the news article given here. In this context, let us revise about the leader of opposition for our prelims exam. See, the term leader of opposition is mentioned nowhere in the constitution. It is only defined in Salary and Allowances of Leaders of Opposition in Parliament Act 1977. According to the Act, leader of opposition is the leader of largest party in opposition that has greatest numerical strength in the House. And the leader of opposition is recognized as such by the Speaker of Lok Sabha or the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. So it is a statutory post and not a constitutional post. But they are entitled to salary, allowances and other facilities equivalent to that of cabinet minister. Let us have a look at appointment procedure of leader of opposition. See, the party with largest number of seats in the opposition nominates its leader. The Speaker of Lok Sabha or the Chairman of Rajya Sabha officially recognize this leader as leader of opposition. There is no formal election or voting process for this position. It is based on numerical strength and recognition by presiding officer. The leader of largest opposition political party must have not less than 1/10 of the total seats of the House. If we take Lok Sabha, the leader of opposition should belong to the largest opposition party, that is, the party should have at least 55 seats in the House. And in case of Rajya Sabha, the opposition party must have at least 25 seats to qualify for the position of leader of opposition. The leader of opposition was officially recognized for first time in 1969. Dr. Ram Subhak Singh, who belongs to Congress party, was the first leader of opposition in 1969. Now talking about the role. The main role of leader of opposition is to provide constructive criticism of the government and provide for a ready alternate government. So he is also called as shadow prime minister or alternative prime minister. If the current administration is toppled or is unable to get majority in the House of Parliament, he offers a backup administration. So the absence of such leader of opposition will weaken the democratic spirit, since the opposition will be unable to present a united front in opposition to ruling party. So this is about the leader of opposition. With this, let us conclude the discussion and move to the next topic. Look at this article. It talks about the rulings of Supreme Court in May 2024. The Supreme Court judgments will significantly impact criminal law in India. These judgments are regarding the protection of rights of individuals who are accused of crimes. These judgments clarify key points about custody and arrest procedures, which may change how investigative agencies and lower courts manage such cases. So let us see them in a brief in today's discussion. Firstly, with respect to custody prior to filing of charge sheet. See, in the first judgment, the Supreme Court reaffirmed that custody of an accused is not mandatory before filing of charge sheet. This is in case of certain criminal cases. This ruling is based on precedent which was set in Siddharth vs. State of Uttar Pradesh in 2021. In this case, the court stated that Section 170 of Criminal Procedure Code does not necessitate the arrest of every accused at the time of filing the charge sheet. This interpretation is very important because not only it aims to prevent the misuse of custody, it also reduces burdens on investigating officers. Note that the investigating officers often face practical challenges in producing every accused in court during large-scale incidents like riots. Secondly, with respect to implications. As we have seen now, it provides a relief for investigative agencies. By reducing the necessity of custody before filing the charge sheet, the investigative agencies can expedite the judicial process without logistical challenge of ensuring every accused is present in the court. Moreover, with respect to judicial efficiency, this judgment encourages lower courts to accept charge sheets even if the accused are not in custody, provided that they have cooperated with the investigation. Thirdly, with respect to informing the grounds of arrest in writing, the judgment underscores the necessity of informing an accused on the grounds of arrest in a written paper. This is in line with the fundamental right guaranteed under Article 22 of the Constitution. Moreover, Supreme Court on various cases like Pankaj Bansal vs. Union of India in 2023 also emphasized this judgment. Also note that this provision of giving a clear and written communication of reasons for the arrest was extended to special statutes like Prevention of Money Laundering Act and Unlawful Prevention Act, etc. In nutshell, these Supreme Court judgments collectively enhance the legal safeguards for accused individuals. Thereby, it balances the demand of law enforcement with the protection of individual rights. By mitigating the compulsory custody requirement and mandating written communication of arrest grounds, the court aims to uphold constitutional guarantees and improve the efficiency and fairness of criminal justice system. So these changes, if implemented rigorously by the lower courts and supported by legislative amendments, would mark a significant step in criminal justice reform in India. So this is all about the discussion. Now let us move to the next topic. Now look at this news article. In the wake of recent violence in Manipur's Jiribam district, hundreds of Meiteis, Kuki tribal people have been displaced and many of them are seeking refuge in Assam. The Indigenous Tribes Advisory Council highlighted that the complete separation of Kuki tribal people from Meiteis community due to the violence. So in this context, let us revise about Manipur state for our prelims exam. First, we must understand the geography and ethnic makeup of Manipur. Imagine Manipur like a football stadium. The playing field in the middle of the stadium is the Imphal Valley, while the surrounding galleries are the hilly areas. Look at the map. This Imphal Valley in the middle is dominated by Meiteis people. These Meiteis are Hindus and they account for more than 64% of population of the state. Hence, they are the majority people. Kukis are mainly Christian community people who reside in hilly areas surrounding this valley. Kukis comprise about less than 30% of the population, but they occupy 90% of the land. Also, Kukis are included in the scheduled tribe list of central government, but Meiteis are not included in the list. So, the religious differences and differences in population to land holding ratio have contributed to the long-standing clashes between Meiteis and Kukis. Now we shall look about the important protected areas in Manipur. The most important one is Keibul Lamjo National Park. It is the only floating national park in the world which is situated on Loktak Lake. So the Keibul Lamjo National Park and Loktak Lake are the two important areas in Manipur. This Keibul Lamjo National Park is home to endangered Songhai species. Songhai is an antlered deer species. Also note that the Hulu gibbon species, which is the only ape species in India, is also found in Manipur. This is recently seen in the news and we have discussed earlier in our videos. The Hulu gibbon species is an endangered species and the Songhai deer species is also endangered species. This Songhai deer is a state animal of Manipur. The clouded leopard species are also found here and the clouded leopard is vulnerable in IUCN Red List. Another important protected area in Manipur is Shirui National Park. So note these important protected areas and protected species about Manipur. With this, let us conclude the discussion and move to the next topic. Now look at this article from text and context page. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar wants special category status for the state. The article says that Bihar needs it because it has low income and faces many challenges. However, the central government is hesitant because it would cost a lot and other state might also ask for the same status. So with this background, let us dive into the issue and study in detail. Firstly, what is special category status? It was introduced in 1969 based on the recommendations of 5th Finance Commission. It was introduced to support the states with disadvantages in geography, society or economy. So we have seen the basics of special category status in yesterday's video. Now how special category status can help a state? See, the states with this special category status can get extra financial help from central government, including a larger share of central funds and tax benefits. These states will start receiving 90% of funds for centrally sponsored schemes compared to 60 to 80% for other states. Also note that the special category status is completely different from Article 371 of Indian Constitution. These provisions are more about administrative autonomy, cultural preservation and regional development, unlike special category status, which is purely a financial aid. Now talking about the Bihar's demand for special category status. Bihar is one of the most economically backward states in India. Its per capita income is among the lowest in the country and the state performs poorly in many human development indicators. The bifurcation of Bihar in 2000, which created Jharkhand, worsened its financial situation because many industries moved to the new state of Jharkhand. Bihar also faces frequent natural disasters, adding more strain to its resources. Bihar government estimated that special category status would bring an additional 2.5 lakh crore over 5 years, which can help the state improve its infrastructure and welfare schemes. Not only that, the demand for special category status in Bihar is also politically significant. Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's Janata Dal party has been ally of Bharatiya Janata Party, which leads the central government. So the demand for special category status could affect the relationship between these political parties, especially during elections. Also note that the Andhra Pradesh government is also seeking the special category status and we have discussed it in yesterday's video. Now let us see what are the challenges and counter arguments of central government. One of the main reasons the central government is reluctant to grant special category status is a financial burden. The increased financial aid to more states would strain the centre's finances. Next, the 14th Finance Commission increased the share of tax revenues allocated to states from 32% to 42%. This greater devolution of funds is seen as sufficient support for the states, so this reduces the need for special category status. The third one is granting special category status to more states could lead to other states also demanding similar status. So this leads to competitive populism. This could further strain the central government's finances and lead to unequal resource allocation. So in conclusion, we can say that addressing these demands require careful consideration of unique challenges faced by each state and overall impact on country's economy. So this is all about the discussion regarding special category status for Bihar. Now we shall move to the next news article discussion. Look at this editorial article. It talks about the probable financial crisis in near future due to the present credit growth rate. It also states how credit growth is pictured as a positive factor in driving the economy, but at some time there are potential risks attached to a country's macroeconomic credentials. So in this context, let us try to answer a mains practice question relevant to this topic. Look at this question. Examine the implications of India's recent surge in credit growth, particularly in household lending, on the stability of financial sector and overall economic health. This topic comes under GS paper 3. This question is asking us to state the possible implication, that is both positive and negative aspect due to surge in credit growth. This is particularly related to financial stability and overall economy. In our introduction, we have to mention about the present status of credit growth with relevant facts. Then in the body of the answer, we have to state both positive and negative implication of this credit surge. So look at the introduction. India has witnessed a notable surge in credit growth, especially in household lending in recent years. CARE Edge ratings estimate bank credit growth in India to be in the range of 14 to 14.5% in financial year 2024. Even though it provides enough liquidity in the market to incentivize economic activity, there are potential risks to overall economy due to this credit surge. So this is about the introduction. Now let us move to the body part of the answer. Here we are going to explain the implications on financial sector stability. Firstly, about increased household debt. According to Reserve Bank of India, the household debt as a percentage of GDP has risen from 11.2% in 2018 to 14.6% in 2022. This increase in household debt can lead to higher default rates if economic conditions deteriorate, so it will also affect the stability of financial sector. Nextly, about non-performing assets. As of March 2023, the gross NPA ratio for Indian banks is at 5.9%, which is lesser than 7.5% in 2020. However, the rapid increase in household lending poses a risk of reversing this trend if borrowers fail to repay loans. A significant rise in NPAs would weaken the balance sheet of banks and reduce their lending capacity. Next, about credit quality concerns. The surge in lending, particularly in unsecured segments like personal loans and credit cards, raises concern about the quality of credit being disbursed. The Financial Stability Report by RBI in 2023 highlighted that the share of unsecured loans increased from 22% in 2019 to 30% in 2023. This shift towards riskier lending segments can increase the vulnerability of banks to economic shocks. So the quality of credit being disbursed is decreasing. This is a major concern. Next, about the regulatory and supervisory challenges. The rapid expansion of credit necessitates enhanced regulatory oversight to ensure prudent lending practices. The RBI has been tightening norms and enhancing surveillance, but the fast pace of credit growth poses ongoing challenges in monitoring and mitigating systemic risk. Now let us talk about the implications of this credit surge on overall economic health. The increase in household credit has fueled consumption, which is a key driver of economic growth. As per National Statistical Office, private consumption expenditure grew by 8.2% in 2023, which is contributing significantly to the GDP growth. This trend is crucial for sustaining economic momentum, particularly in post-pandemic recovery phase. The household lending has significantly impacted the real estate sector. The housing loans grew by 15% year-on-year in 2023, according to RBI data. This growth supports the real estate market, leading to increased construction activities and job creation. Next, about the income disparities and financial inclusion. While the credit growth has facilitated financial inclusion, it has also highlighted income disparities. All India Debt and Investment Survey 2022 revealed that 60% of rural households and 40% of urban households still rely on informal sources for credit. This is all about the body part of the answer. Now we have come to the conclusion. The recent surge in credit growth, particularly in household lending, has many implications for India's financial sector and overall economic health. While it has driven consumption, supported the housing market, and enhanced financial inclusion, it also raises concerns about a rising household debt and potential increase in non-performing assets. So balancing the benefits of credit growth with the need for financial prudence is crucial for sustaining economic stability. So in this way, we can conclude the answer. Now we have come to the prelims practice question discussion. Look at the first question. With reference to Manipur Sankirtana, consider the following statements. It is a song and dance performance. Cymbals are the only musical instruments used in the performance. It is performed to narrate the life and deeds of Lord Krishna. The correct answer for this question is option B, 1 and 3 only. Manipur Sankirtana involves ritual singing, drumming and dancing. So the statement 1 is correct. It was also inscribed in representative list of UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity in 2013. It is practiced primarily by Vaishnava community in Manipur. It is performed to narrate the life and deeds of Lord Krishna. So the statement 3 is correct. Cymbals are not the only musical instruments because drums are also used in the performance. So the statement 2 is incorrect. So the correct answer is option B, 1 and 3 only. Now look at the second question. Consider the following statements regarding leader of opposition in either house of the Parliament of India. The position of leader of opposition is a constitutional post. This statement is obviously incorrect because the leader of opposition is not mentioned in the constitution and it is only a statutory post. When no party in Lok Sabha secures required seats to form an opposition party and to designate a leader of opposition, the matter is then decided by President of India. This statement is incorrect. When no party in Lok Sabha secures required seats to form an opposition party, then there will be no leader of opposition. So the answer for this question is option D, neither 1 nor 2, because both the statements are incorrect. With this, we have come to the end of the discussion. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel. Thank you.